a common theme that I have seen with almost every one of our customers is that CSAT or NPS is a primary metric in how they evaluate their team's efficacy. What is the role of CSAT and NPS? What are your other metrics? How do you measure yourself? How do you measure your team?
Yeah, I think there's, sort of the historical perspective, which still has some value in today's world. And then I think there's kind of the newer pieces of that, or the newer notion. Again, if I look back at my history in IT and much larger organizations, the mindset used to very much be, is it on time? Is it on budget? Like, those were kind of the big drivers. It was very sort of financially transaction focused. Did you do what you said you were going to do for a certain amount of money? And while I think that is, still important, you don't want to just ignore budgets and sort of planning and things like that. I think a much more important aspect is not just, how sort of cash efficient you are, but how are you really meeting the needs of the organization? And I think the only way to fully understand that is to directly sort of measure that employee NPS. And we do that every year at PagerDuty, and are moving to even more real-time measurements of that, because ultimately, yes, while the CFO or financial leadership is going to want to make sure that we're sticking to budget, really the macro challenge that we're trying to fulfill is, how do we create an environment where all of our employees can be successful at what they do day to day? And that can't necessarily be measured in a purely financial sense. We have to be very connected to, what is the end user experiencing on a day-to-day basis, and where are those rough edges that still kind of stick out and catch people and are maybe more painful than they need to be. And without that direct feedback from your employees, again, I think it's hard, or it's hard to find that signal in the noise. And so we use NPS very regularly. And again, I'm hoping to keep pushing that more to real time, to use that as a way to keep that alignment between what people are seeing day to day and what we're trying to deliver in terms of our core services and support.